I just spent 2 days in Ostende. It was a nice marina, but a bit expensive. I paid 64 euros for 2 nights, so I decided to keep moving west and use the opportunity, because right now the wind is nice and weak, and in a few days there's going to be a very strong southwesterly wind, which will make it impossible to go west and towards Bretagne. So I'm trying to make as much progress today as possible. We'll see where we end up, hopefully in Dunkirk, worst case in Newport, but I really hope for Dunkirk. It should be doable. It's not even upwind sailing this time, there's a nice onshore wind, so perfect for going along the coast. That's what I have planned for today, so just 25 miles along the coast. Right now I still have current against me, but in an hour I'm gonna start having current helping me, so should be there by like 8 p.m. or something, latest. That's Ostende, quite a big place actually. Oh my god, this might be the first time ever that I pass another sailboat, especially one that looks much sportier than mine. I have no idea what's going on. I'm used to always being the slowest, but for some reason I'm pulling past this one. Sailing along the coast is also nice for a bit. You get to admire the landscape and you see how it changes. Completely smoked him. Poor guy. Here's Newport. Another place that looks much bigger than it does on a map. To be honest, a part of me didn't even want to go sailing this morning. I wouldn't have minded another day of resting in Ostende, but now that I'm out here, it's just so nice again. Such a dream. Slowly going along at 4.5 knots, so doing a decent speed, not crazy, but good enough. Super calm winds, just sailing along the coast, so an absolute charm. Looks very grey above the land. Yet perfectly sunny out here. You can just barely see Dunkirk already. Wind just dropped to under 5 knots, which is really a pity. Boat speed is also down to below 4, even with the current. So I could go into Newport here, but I really want to make it further, so I'm gonna continue, but I really hope the wind doesn't die completely. I gotta admit, I'm getting a bit frustrated by always having such light winds. It's now about 4 knots of wind again. It dropped quite a bit, and I'm just cruising along at 3 knots of boat speed, and that's with probably one knot current, so going super slow. I'm just over 12 miles from Dunkirk, which could be done in 2 hours with good winds, but instead it's going to take me like 5 probably. But yeah, that's part of sailing, I guess. Can't control the weather. There's more swell than wind, and the sails are flapping quite a bit, so if it continues like this, I might just have to turn on the motor to motor sail. But as you might know, I really don't want to do that. Well, the time has finally come. I bought this very optimistically last year when I was going to sail to France with a friend, and it did not go well. We did never end up even leaving the country. But this year finally gets his show. I am so happy to see that flag up there, because then it means I made it to France. Just crossed the border, but still very proud of it. I'm doing about 3 knots of boat speed with just over 3 knots of wind, so not great, but could be worse. Not going backwards. I guess that's a good start. It's rather unfortunate, but I decided to turn on the motor. The wind was even below 3 knots, so it makes no sense to sail in this wind. As you can see, even now with the motor running, the sails are flapping quite a bit, and it's not good for them. So there's just too much swell and too little wind to balance the boat, so I'm gonna motor home. At least then I'll be in Dunkirk 2 hours from now. Getting closer to Calais, can't wait to finally make it through the strait. Cutting it close. Look how shaky it is when there are no sails up. Oh, and that's France, by the way. Can't believe it, but I made it to France. So happy. There's definitely current. Almost in Dunkirk. At least it was super efficient with the strong current taking me through here. And that's what Dunkirk looks like from the water. And this is what Dunkirk also looks like from the water, but I prefer the other one. Oh my god, I do not have the fishing rod ready. There's a lot of fish activity. Yes, I made it into France. Can't believe it. I'm super happy. It wasn't the most exciting day of sailing. It was 4 hours of slow sailing and then 2 hours of motoring, unfortunately. But just having made it across the border is super nice. Really happy. It was important meters today because I want to get through the Strait of Dover, and now I'm really close. As soon as there's any good window of wind, I'm going to be sailing through. So yeah, really excited to be here. 1 week ago, I had never left the country with this boat, and now I've already gone through Belgium and into France. So super exciting week. Check out the bullet holes in this church.